All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Let me know if I should do boat sessions while I'm back home for a few weeks. But I really want to stress this because this is a huge thing in the funding space, is the fact that, sorry, let me move my boat here, is that everyone sees, oh, I'll get you $250,000 in funding. It's not going to happen unless you have a perfect credit profile, unless you have a business that's doing cash flow, you have cash statements, you have tax statements, right? It's not going to happen. Guys, I'm in sales. I do remote sales for all of these companies, not specifically credit. I have in the past, but for all of these online businesses, and the average amount that they get, most people, is $40,000. So if you come in to a situation and you don't have a great credit profile, personal credit profile, and I have tons of videos on the channel talking about personal credit and why it is so important when it comes to business funding, especially starting your business out from the gate. If you're new to business, you have to have a good personal credit profile if you want anywhere between $75,000 and $125,000 in funding, right? Business credit is because of that. You have to have good personal credit. And so I say that because the average amount they get people is like $40,000. Because if you have a bad credit profile, you're going to go and you're going to apply to 4 to 5 to 6 banks, and they're going to give you 5 to 10 grand at 0%, right? So you want to spend the time, 6 to 12 months, to spend the time to build up your personal credit profile to make sure that it is solid so that you are ready to get business funding. And I want to talk about this because it is so important. And you're not going to hear this from many people because they want you to work with them. And I get it, I would too. But I'm not going to sit there and charge you 15 to 20%. Nowhere near that, right? But this is important. If you are looking to get business funding, if you are looking to get 0% business credit for your business, you need to have good personal credit. And you need to spend the time to put in the work to build relationships, to build comparable credit limits. Comparable credit limits are going to be massive. Yes, relationships are huge. Yes, having bank accounts and credit cards with certain banks are huge, but having comparable credit limits is massively important. If you are stuck in this situation where you have 4 or 5 credit cards and everyone keeps giving you 2 to 5K limits, that's a problem. Right? You need to go to banks that are going to give you higher limits before you apply to banks that are going to give you 2 to 5K. Because guess what they're seeing when they look at your credit report? They're seeing the fact that you literally have 3, 4, 5 cards that have 2 to 5K credit limits. What are they going to do? They're all of a sudden going to give you a 25K credit limit? No, they aren't. So when it comes down to it, if you guys want business funding, this is something that you have to understand. If you're an e-com, if you're an Amazon, if you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to run ads, you need this capital to be able to actually scale the business the way that you want to. And if you try to rush the process, you're going to screw yourself. Right? The only way out of that is to build your personal credit and then start an LLC. Or first of all, start an LLC, let it age, and then build your personal credit during that time, and then let it age so you're getting better limits and better options. Really, the 2-3 year plan with business credit is the fact that you're getting 75 to 100K each round every single year, right? So I just want to stress this. I know this is going to be a short video, but it's massively important. I have tons of video. I literally have 4 or 5 videos talking about personal credit. It is the same video over and over again because of how important it is when it comes to building your personal credit to then get capital for your business. There's a reason why people say, or millionaires say, I'm going to die in debt. Because they want to go to the banks, they want to get debt because it's untaxed. You can't tax on debt, and they want to use that money to then invest in assets to make money. You should start thinking the same way. Start thinking the same way as wealthy business owners. Start thinking the same way as banks, right? They're taking your money and they're investing it. So take the time to build your personal credit up. Take the time to repair your credit. If you're in a situation where you need to repair your credit, then you need to build that up. There's also a reason why I don't do credit repair, because a lot of people aren't educated on the fact, right? A lot of funding companies, they're going to give you 5 to 6 cards and they're going to say, screw off. I don't want to deal with you. I just got my 20% on you off of 50K, off of 100K, and now all of a sudden you're 10, 20K in debt already, and you're going to have to pay that off. And hopefully the investment that you're going with or the plan of action that you have for your business brings you 10, 20, 30, 50% margins, which if you guys don't understand business or haven't been in it or haven't worked in online businesses, that's pretty challenging to do. You have to be in a very sought after position to be able to make that type of money, right? So this is what I'm going to say. This is my boat session. If you guys want me to do more boat sessions over the next few weeks, let me know. But build your personal credit. Build your comparable credit limits. Apply to the right personal credit cards. Get those limits so that they're high, so that when you apply to these banks for business credit, that you can actually get higher limits. 10, 15, 20, 50, 70K with Chase, right? All of these high limits are going to give you advantages with your business. But if you don't do that first, you're not going to get those limits, right? You're not going to. As much as what you see on the ads and as much as what they tell you is what you can possibly get, they don't really care, because guess what? They're going to give you the same exact sequence that they gave somebody else, and they're going to get their 10, 15, 20% on you, and they're going to make 3 to 5K off of you, okay? So that is the key. I know, short video, straight to the point, but build your personal credit. Check out my videos on personal credit in the playlist in my YouTube channel. If you haven't, hit like and subscribe. Let me know if you've had good scenarios with any funding companies, because yes, to be honest, this is a skill for me to know the bank's rules, which also change all the time. They change all the time. Depending on the economy, they change all the time. Things can change over a period of months, over a period of weeks, over a period of days, right? But it is a skill to understand what you need to do, what you need to put in those applications, what banks you should apply to depending on your geographic area, and the limits that you could expect. It's a skill, but at the same time, you need to understand what is out there and what you need to look for. So, as always, hit like, hit subscribe, comment down below. If you haven't joined the free school community, it's where I drop a lot of different travel hacks, a lot of different business funding data points, and just things about credit in general. And if you want to actually have someone walk you through the process, consult you on these things, give you actual real advice of what you should do with the funding and why it's possible for you, then schedule a call with me below. But as always, I appreciate boys and girls, men, gentlemen, and women who show up to these videos. They comment, they like, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. As always, peace.